Hey everyone, what's up? In this tutorial I'm going to show you a different kind of demo I made with Kepler. It's a bit melancholic and features some lovely violin textures, a soft piano along with other sounds from Kepler. I also used Atlantis III with the romantic true legato, so let's go. Okay, so first of all, now I'm going play and then we talk so we can see all the parts and all the sounds. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, I've created this video also like a reflection on respecting our planet. Hope you find it inspiring. And let's see which instruments I'm using. On the first part, I'm using this texture here, which is a texture from Texture Designer with this rising and then I go down with the automation, and then I created another automation to rise up the volume. Same thing with this track, which is a texture violins on the sand. There is this automation on the father. Go down and then another automation until this point where there is the normal level. Then there is another track with this texture, which is Orbital Aids, is a solo vocal whisper sound. With this part, I'm working on the dry wet signal because this patch uses the replica. Remember that in Kepler, when you are using replica is pre-fader. This means that if you set the volume of the layer to 0, you have only the wet signal with replica. As you can see, I'm creating this automation here where I start with the volume of the layer really low, so I have more replica effect, so more reverb, more effect, and then I've created this automation. As you can see, the volume is growing. And then I've created this cut again. Then we have another texture here from Always Texture Design, Dark Lead. Also in this case I'm creating this automation, this time with the MIDI CC1 to create this effect. Go down again. Then we have another part with the chord designer. Again, I'm controlling the fader with this automation. Go down with the volume. And this is another chord designer part, same idea. So I'm creating this rising on the volume, and then I cut the volume really hard with a very hard cut. Okay. Then in the second part I start with the soft part, so we have this felt piano, is a particular sound, is not really a felt piano, but sounds like a felt piano. Really evocative. This is key texture A. You have this preset here. Then there is, I start with this texture, and then I start with this cellos texture, really slow, with this crescendo. Remember that when you have time mode, this symbol TM, this means that if you create overlap, you don't have the retriggering on the sample. In the second part, we have another texture. So of course Kepler is not a string library, but these textures are really cool, really organic. I love it. For example, this preset best at 70 bpm works with the time mode, so there is the legato, and for this reason, as you can see, when I want the legato mode, there is always the overlaps. In this way I have the connection between the notes with the legato. As you can see, there is not the retriggering, okay? As you can see on the waveform. Of course, it's not a texture to play a complex melody, or because for this kind of situation, you have to use a string library with the true legato. But this kind of texture, in my opinion, is really cool when you want to add, for example, a little bit of life, because there is the authentic performance of the musician, in this case Gabriele. So are really cool standalone, like in this case I'm using just only the textures out of the box, but they work also layered with classic string library. Try also this combination, maybe when you are using a classic, a normal string library, try this texture layered with the normal string sound, and this kind of texture works very, very well also in that context. And that's all. It's really, this is a really simple demo, but works. And then of course there is a part with the true legato by Atlantis, in this case the romantic true legato. Of course, remember, as you can see, this is a voice, so you can see that I'm creating a vocal part that is different from the violin, because I'm creating all these pause, all this space here. This is a really long note. The singer needs to breathe. Here you can create the legato, but then here the singer needs to breathe again. Same thing here. This is the legato, the true legato, so the connection. Indeed, there is the overlap, but then here the singer needs to breathe again. So this is important, because if you create legato, 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 a super legato in any part, yes, the library sounds good, but is not a real performance, is not natural. So remember, we are talking in this case of a voice, and when you are using Atlantis, and when you are playing the true legato, remember that you are playing a voice, a human voice, so you have to consider the time to breathe. This is really important to have an authentic vocal performance. And indeed, in my opinion, this vocal part sounds really natural. Okay, I hope this tutorial it was helpful and see you in the next video. Ciao, bye bye.